We're back at Asheville, North Carolina for race 3 of the Spartan U.S. National Series presented by USANA, and this time it's the women's race. Now, 6.5 miles of flatter, quicker course gives an opportunity for a number of these women to bank valuable points in this series because we have a tight competition over there in the National Points Series. Lindsay Webster is your favorite, of course. She won her first event of the season in Utah, but there's a number of women that can bank points today, including Alex Walker, who wants to move up the leaderboard even farther and cement her status there, as well as Annie Dube, who finished second in Utah and wants to prove that she is indeed for real. Now, let's take you to the action. And the ladies are off, and you know, without Nicole Miracle to take it out hot, the question is who's going to be that one to do it? And off on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see that that's Emma Cook-Clark. She's a Canadian nationally ranked cross-country runner, mountain runner, and this is one of her debuts for Spartan. It might actually be her first actual race with Spartan. That's Alex Walker in second. And then Lindsay Webster is going to sit back and run comfortably early. She is in no rush to get out to the front. So as these women work through this start of the course, it's flat and it's fast. Then we have that same big descent that we saw earlier from the men's race. It's an opportunity to establish strong position and to cover a lot of ground. You can eat up the miles of this course early because it is a quick course. It does end very quickly. You do need to get out and establish position before the technical trails begin. Lindsay Webster is sitting in about 6th position. That's Annie Dube now moving into about 3rd. Now what we're seeing right here is a number of the ladies are moving to the outside and skirting through that nasty brush so they get around it rather than having to run through it. But Emma Cook-Clark is putting a absolutely torrid pace on this thing as she is already to the 2nd overwall while most are still hitting the 1st. And she has the speed to actually do this the entire race. The question is whether or not she can be clean on the obstacles because the talent is there. But we've seen so many high-level athletes go out hard in their first race and flame out epically. Let's see if she can hold on to it. Now again, right behind her, you can see some of the other athletes you expect to see. Casey Monroe is sitting in about 5th position. 4th is Alex Walker. 3rd, Annie Dube. And Lindsay Webster is in the next group back. Very comfortable. Up ahead in the distance, you can see that the hurdles, we have 2 of them, and then a large, long descent where they're really going to roll with the speed. And then you might see Lindsay pull herself back into it a little bit there. Missing from this field today, you might note, there's no Rhea Coble, there's no Rose Wetzel, but the women's field is still quite deep. And with the addition of Emma Cook-Clark, you might be looking at a new top-tier athlete entering this field and emerging as a star in this sport. That lead is growing by the minute. Now they'll descend down this hill for approximately 90 more seconds, at which point they're going to hit the inverted wall, and then the course starts to change a little bit. But this is one amazing effort out of Emma Cook-Clark. She has come for real today. She's come to show the field that I am a serious contender. That lead has stretched out to about 50 yards already. And as you look at Emma Cook-Clark, how open that stride is. She's rolling with the downhill. She's not braking. She's not pounding with her heels. She's allowing the hill to take her down as she hits this inverted wall. And a very aggressive approach to it. She's over quick and smooth.
Good job.
Annie Dube sitting there in second position.
Stay back off, of course, please.
And Natalie Miano in third. That's the wife of Mark Batchelor. She trains with him as well. It's a 1-2 punch from that couple right there. Casey Monroe is chasing right behind them in fourth position. Now, Casey won the Palmerton race just last month, but that is a totally different type of venue. Steep climbs as opposed to a little bit flatter and faster that we have here today.
Emma Cook-Clark into Pipeline, a little over 1 mile in, with a pretty sizable gap between second, third, and fourth.
Well, we're here at mile 1 at the water crossing, and the women's leaders are just arriving. Your women's leader entering the water right now on the first crossing. And we have a surprise here. First place right now, Emma Cook-Clark is way out in front. It's her first Spartan race. She's a talented trail runner, but Lindsay Webster is nowhere to be seen, and she is blowing the field away. As they make their way across the water, trying to hold that gap. They're trying to not fall off too far. Emma Cook-Clark is currently in first position. Lindsay Webster is way back in fourth right now, and it's a massive lead for Emma Cook-Clark at the 1 mile markers. You can see Casey Monroe, Annie Dube, a pack of the usual suspects. Alex Walker's down here. They're all crammed together. But Emma Cook-Clark is way out in front. So now the question is Lindsay Webster going to pull her back? Or is this the kind of course where somebody can find a way to put in some high-level speed and run away from Lindsay Webster? We'll find out. Well, this is our first really good sighting of Lindsay Webster. She looks very comfortable, and clearly her game plan today was to not go out too hard, but now she's starting to ratchet things up a little bit, start to reel these runners in. She's right behind Annie Dube right now. And as we hit some of this more technical terrain, this is Lindsay Webster territory right here as she makes the pass on Annie Dube and starts charging hard towards that top of that leaderboard. Right now you're looking at Natalie Miano right here, still sitting at about second position. This is a strong start for her. As Webster and Annie Dube have hit the twister obstacle right here. Two different techniques. Annie going with the overhand, while Lindsay Webster goes with the reverse grip. It's a little bit safer. It's not quite as fast to go reverse, and you can see Annie made up some valuable seconds right there. Natalie Miano sitting in fourth place, also being cautious. But 3 successful passes as Alex Walker is now on here and through safely.
So 2 miles in, we've seen the first 6 or 7 competitors. As you can see, a good amount of spacing, about 30 seconds. It's gonna be interesting.
Thank you. Yeah, you do. You're not bad at all.
First and second place women coming into Bender, about 3 miles into the course. Emma Cook-Clark in her first Spartan race ever, holding her own with Annie Dube not far behind.
Annie Dube coming up in second, not far behind here.
Great job. Great job. Nice, Lindsay.
Here goes Emma, really taking advantage of the technical terrain and her prowess on uneven ground. You can see behind us, Annie's already lost a lot of distance. Here's Emma making her way up box. And Annie right next to her. Lindsay not far behind.
Good job, guys.
And once again, gaining time on Annie, who's behind. But he's not letting her out of her sights.
About 3.5 miles in. Top 3 women all within seconds of each other. Emma Cook-Clark. Suck, fail. Down, down, down. Once you touch, once you touch.
No! Really? Sorry.
Hope she can get some more grip.
Good job.
And Lindsay with this stylish finish, taking the lead. Just some beautiful scenery out here at the Asheville Super.
Okay, I'll need your headband real quick before you take it. Like you have to take it, or? Yeah, I have
And then she'll give it right back.
to point it on the camera, and then I'll give it right back to you. Was I supposed to be counting?
All right, way to go. Good job. Lindsay Webster grabbing some water and showing what it means to be leave no trace expert. Doesn't want to leave her goop pack behind. Really helping her with the speed through the obstacles. Annie's coming up right behind though. Let's see who gets through first and who gets through clean. Lindsay with the lock off, and she's first through. Annie going straight arm, makes it look easy. She's off as well. Good distance separating them in third place. Nice thick grass. This will get trampled down later in the day, but right now it's a definite challenge for these athletes. Trying to go a little slower, get that heart rate down before they go into the next obstacle.
Now Annie Dube is taking her shot over at the Hercoist as well. She's arriving there just a few pulls behind Lindsay Webster. And right after this, they're going to hit the monkey bars and then head into that sandbag carry. We have that double heavy carry almost back to back with the sandbag carry and the bucket carry coming up after these monkey bars. And I know these athletes are thinking about it because this is one of the toughest sections of the course.
Through Hercoist.
Annie Dube looking so smooth, proving that Utah was no fluke. And that's Lindsay Webster falling off. Lindsay Webster has just fallen off the monkey bars. And she is into the burpee pit, and she is moving quick to get those burpees done. And Annie Dube has a huge opportunity right here. If she can manage to get through this clean, she could put some significant distance between herself and Lindsay Webster. This is massive for her chances to win the race today. And she's clean through, headed to the sandbag carry. This is her moment if she attacks hard. Lindsay's going to be doing this carry exhausted from having just knocked out 30 burpees. But Annie cannot waste time here.
Down she goes.
Right here. Take off to your right. Nice job.
Lindsay into the woods, making a little bit of contact with the tree along the way. Down into the technical sandbag carry, and we can see Annie coming out of the woods right here.
Right here up the hill. Good job.
Annie with about a minute on Lindsay, at least.
Nice job. Keep it up. Good job.
Alex in a close third place.
Taking advantage of her lead to grab some water. Again, it is so humid out here.
About 4.5 miles in the woods. Brutal uphill, downhill sandbag. Downhill, uphill, should I say. With Lindsay. A solid second.
Back over here. There you go.
Nice job up the hill.
Uphill.
Crushing it.
Thanks.
It is sweaty out here. Although you're probably used to it. Alex coming out of the woods
Look back over here.
as Ashley Heller goes in.
Up the hill.
Lindsay second place. Coming up the bucket carry. As she heads out on what is a tricky bucket carry.
Lindsay Webster is just starting her bucket carry right now. So she's going to have to put a big chase on if she hopes to catch up to Annie Dube. But she has things that are going to work to her advantage. The heavy carry is good for her. There's some solid climbing coming after this race and a little bit of technical running after this segment. And then, of course, an obstacle gauntlet at the end and a spear throw that could shake anything up. We know that. So nobody's taking their foot off the gas right now as Annie Dube is just starting to reach the end of her bucket carry.
Good job, man. fighting back. Kind of cool.
And Annie Dube has arrived in first place to the rope climb. She's going to make quick work of this one. She's using her legs. She's doing that really nice S-hook. Using her legs to climb the rope so she doesn't have to waste that upper body strength.
Annie making quick work of the rope climb. She's off.
And looking very smooth and efficient. Looking back just to see how far ahead of Lindsay am I. And she can't see Webster, but she's got to push on with pressure because Lindsay Webster can close so hard. This race is not over for Annie Dube, even though she has this sizable lead. And here's Lindsay Webster making her way into the rope climb as well. Same thing, working with that J-hook or S-hook technique. And she looks fresh. She looks good. It's not like she's struggling. But now she's hunting. And it's so rare that we get to see Lindsay Webster at this point of a race hunting rather than being chased. But an opportunity to see what she's made of. This is that nasty, choppy, rugged stuff that's approaching the last big descent and the last big climb of this course. One final chance to put a big surge in to either stretch a gap or close one for Annie and Lindsay. And you can see that they're just hitting the bottom of this thing, and it's going to kick up, and it is a nasty climb. All right, guys, we are at the top of the last big climb, and believe it or not, this is Annie Dube right now, first place at the top of the final climb of this course, and she is now less than a mile from the finish line with just obstacles between her and victory. 300 points for this series. This is a massive performance from her.
Like no burpees and come right on back.
So for Annie now, everything today is about being mistake-free. She just needs to avoid any mess-ups, just be clean. Her lead is very solid. We have yet to see another runner come into the Atlas carry yet, and she looks very composed right now. Clearly those technical trails were kind to her.
Keep on going.
And as Lindsay Webster over here approaches the top of the last climb of this course, she's got to really put her foot down on the gas pedal, because a win here would put her in an incredible position to win this series. But if she only settles for second, Annie Dube all of a sudden is right there in the mix. She cannot afford to let Annie Dube steal this win from her today, so Lindsay Webster is going to be charging hard.
Great work.
Annie Dube is no fluke, because she is leading Lindsay Webster by about 30 seconds with a mile to go in this race here in the barbed wire. And she has come to prove that not only was it not a fluke in Utah, but she is looking for her second huge moment of the race series in this season. Annie Dube is for real, and she is here to stay. But can she hold off this charge from Lindsay Webster, who is coming hard after her?
Great work.
Feeling it.
Good job, good job.
So it's important to note what was a 30-second gap at the Atlas Stone is now 20 seconds. Coming out of the rolling mud pits, Lindsay Webster has made up 10 seconds already and chasing hard as they come into the slip wall right now. Annie Dube is now fighting for first place. This obstacle is so easy to make a mistake on. She needs to be cautious and careful. She can't rush. The pressure is on her right now. The pressure is not on Lindsay. We know that she needs to be aggressive.
And you can see Lindsay coming up right behind.
The pressure is on Annie, who needs to make sure that she is clean here. Stay mistake-free.
Right after her dunk ball, hands are wet.
We are so close to the finish, and this is such a dangerous obstacle, but Annie Dube is out clean and on her way, and Lindsay Webster now is gonna have to close this thing. It looks like she may have even lost a few seconds on this obstacle.
She's off. Closing the gap.
With a spear throw still to come, anything can happen, we know this. So watch out for a potential huge shakeup at the spear throw.
Coming into A-frame, we got Annie in first place. Lindsay just behind. Gotta be 15 seconds or less at this point. Super close.
This gap continues to shrink because Annie Dube now looks like she only has about 8 seconds on Lindsay Webster at the A-frame cargo net, and she is losing time as they're climbing. This is gonna come down to the wire. I don't see any other way that it could possibly be but a photo finish between the two of them, because Webster is closing hard. She's chasing her like a hungry lion right now, and we have not seen this out of Lindsay Webster in a long time.
Shows the difference in technique here though. And this might be pretty crucial gain in time right there. This might really be where the veteran obstacle racer starts to capitalize with all these obstacles at the end. We know Annie's a strong runner, but we don't know too much about her obstacle prowess just yet.
Annie up and over, Lindsay right behind. This is what it's all about.
They're both on the same obstacle now. Vertical cargo net at the same time, just seconds separating these two. This has huge ramifications, not just for the race today, but for the point series we were talking about before. If Annie can pull off this win, it would give her a first and a second, tying her with Lindsay Webster moving into the next race. Massive confidence boost, and also a huge blow to Webster's championship aspirations. But right now, Dube just has to hold on to this lead. Keep pushing. The spear throw is coming up.
She is slowly but surely putting time on Annie. And again, an athlete who has experience with the spear throw versus a relatively newcomer.
As they're entering this horse park, this is the moment of the race right now. Spear throw's coming up.
This is what it's all about. We can see the finish line, you can hear it. Annie taking the first spear, Lindsay right behind. And he hits.
Lindsay crushes the spear throw.
Annie away first.
9, come on this way. Finish strong. This is it. Putting time on Annie in the helix. First and second right here. This is a fast finish.
Does it get better than this? I don't think so.
We just got word that these two racers are neck and neck, closing in to the fire jump here for the final sprint home. We are in for a nail-biter finish. We haven't seen races this close in a long time. It has been an incredible, refreshing thing to watch. Can Annie Dube pull off the unthinkable? Can she beat Lindsay Webster here on this course in Asheville?
Lindsay giving it all she has.
So no sign of Casey Monroe yet. It's behind. She's got Alex Walker making strides. She's got a spear throw to solidify third place in the US National Series. This is huge. Can she hold off any onslaught from behind? Can't see them coming in yet.
Good job.
Trying to. So. What she needs to do is take her time on this. No mistakes.
Oh, you mean like,
Exactly. There she goes. And she brings it in to solidify herself a third place.
Well, that's Alex Walker right now, coming in and claiming third place today. These are huge points for her to stay atop the series. She's gonna fly up the leaderboard as Alex Walker squeezes third place today in Asheville. A huge finish for her. We're here with your women's champion on the day, Lindsay Webster. And Lindsay, this is about as close as it gets for you. So tell us about how this thing shook out.
Oh, it's so much fun. It was the race I've been waiting for. I think the race everybody obviously wanted to see. It was incredible. I failed 2 obstacles, Olympus and monkey bars, both so slippery. I haven't failed either of those in years, but they were really hard today. So Annie obviously is like very strong at obstacles, and then I would just slowly creep back on the run, and it came down to, we literally had a sprint finish just like around the corner. But yeah, it's cool to see Nicole's dream team really like coming alive. Several fast athletes out there, and Emma obviously is flying off the start. So I think once she either gets a dry day or like nails her obstacles, she'll be a major force to be reckoned with. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it's exciting to see you. You made that race about as exciting as it could possibly be. You made it about as hard as it could possibly be.
I didn't think I'd get her. I had to leave every ounce of energy I had out there. And I was like, it's really cool having the Olympics on right now, because they were really inspiring me during the finish. Like, I've seen so many sprint finishes on TV. It sounds nerdy, but like, you know, obviously like we maybe inspire other athletes. So it was cool to like be inspired.
Well, we're here at the finish line with Annie Dube, second place in back-to-back U.S. National Series races, and you nearly had this one too. This is as close as we've seen anybody finish to Lindsay in a long time. So what happened?
Well, Lindsay fell on monkey bars, and so I took some time on her there, but then I really struggled on the bucket. It felt insanely heavy and long, and then I think she made up a lot of ground on me there, and then I just tried to like keep moving forward because I could hear her closing in, but I ran a clean race, and like I went out hard, and Emma actually on Dream Team took it out super hard.
Yes.
And failed a couple of things, so like kudos to her. She's gonna be a force, so looking forward to that too.
Did you think that you had this race when you were closing into the festival area with the lead still?
As soon as I hit my spear, I was like, oh, I got this, like Helix, no problem. And then I thought the finish was way back there, and it was another like maybe 3/10 of a mile, and I just like lost the kick.
Well, guys, I'm here with Alex Walker today. Huge third place finish. How'd it go out there?
It was a little messy. I fell off Olympus, like right at the end, missed the bell, whipped it like a dummy. Did that, and then being stupid, I fell off Z-wall. Don't even know why. Busted out my burpees and then barely made my spear.
So you did 60 burpees and you still got third place today.
Penalty loop and 30 burpees.
A penalty loop and 30 burpees, that's right. So right there, did you think maybe you had a chance for a top 2 spot otherwise?
I was wanting top 3, so with that I'm happy.